And it is also this particular video here and your so will screen here and yeah. And no, what time and as I say no, ama America for a Fabino omo making allegations and crophobia HS allegations no. And you're correct, and your false allegations. Say Ibrahim Traore, Metre Burkina Faso, a president. Eye adese say no, or the Omani good no, yen who ye papa no nyena Omani ho. And no crano Pan-Africanism for ye. Sorry, Ebusa America for the question say enka eno no efam home bay bona reveal. As somewhere a coso America memuno and for Africa home. Neko ba say na Africa ho asem. Ebebe fa eye America ehoin. Ati say ensem no medo bebo awremu na yedi eho enkomo. Na question na me in particular no mibusa ne say Africa for epese omo ti wo mo ho. Ene America for so ehon kutahudie no chese imperialism no omutwe ho afri ase ene western imperialism omutwe ho afri ase no. The next question ne say Africans omutwe ho afri ase no omdo ho akobo Russia ene China for anase omutwe ho afri ase no omo adi omo ehon eso. A question at the end of this particular video no mami hu wadwen kire ewo eye comment section no ase na yini enkomo enfa enfiri honom na eye Burkina Faso a president trend the internet entertainment video super highway yiswa ni nyina ne say eye United States of Africa Command panyina oda ano me kire General Michael Langley okoshia eye US eye Senate eni wo mu ebonkomo na enkomo twetwe ni mu no ena ebeto dwa wo kire se eye Burkina Faso wo mu president Traore Ibrahim captain eye ade se ode oman ni mu sika kokko eni gold se precious minerals a ewo oman ni no wode eye ne ho yie a onwene oman ma ne ho na asem we ya obkoka ye no emu hwehwe na ne nyina ejina se on se Traore eba be ye president in 2022 ewo your friends Burkina Faso no ade se o sha ase se o ye nnwuma no ene foreign your friends companies wo hono mo a omo etu agudie yemfa se mining companies no wagu ni nyina ama US mining company ewo honom no wagu no atuaka se omo emfiri honom nko US for eye omu a military base ewo Burkina Faso wa close ni nyina ene wode ne ho akwakobo eye Niger ene eye Mali ene biem wode ne ho akwakobo Russia na sa ensem we say no eho ahi ena in a way no America for can say sorry edisika kokko ewo manim no anase precious minerals ewo manim no ana enoma pa ewo manim no eyade se ode eye no ho egi na ensam we say ebaaye no enye American ko a na mum no France fo nso ho aba bebon mu a che se Traore ebaaye no eye France fo gold ana ankosenka Burkina Faso fo enya omode ekoma wo mu na France fo atibidima Burkina Faso fo se omfa mo omu ho bra no ade se onde wo twam wo se ompene toto mpene no a Burkina Faso fo na ade wo mu sika ebeye de omu pe na so hwemu anokora ne se abrantie ya wodi emfie 37 years ye no ma ewo manimu a nwanwa ene ne se kura me no wo ka se ade se Burkina Faso fo omu a enya omu airlines eni ade okọ omu akwan so a ena gold refinery wasisi sibi a wo chese sika kokọ no nya ade se ebefiri o manim akọ o man fufuro mu da na mum omu abetu na wo mu a refund a chese emrofu yi ebi muni ya omu etiko apai na abrante ya ye frɛ no Ibrahim Traore oka French and oka English na response a wode abre eye America fo no ye bekom ni akwakotie bi but ansa na no yentie response bi a ode ma Macron me kire France president ana prime minister na yewia ba yes na yewia yaba US for ensem a omu aka any allegation a omu de ato ne so eno ya correspond à ode ama omu no so ehun tie sansem wi
insulter tous les Africains.
Je crois qu'on a oublié de nous dire merci. C'est pas grave, ça viendra avec le temps.
Il y a une partie qui a retenu mon attention, là où il parlait d'ingratitude.
L'ingratitude, je suis bien placé pour le savoir, c'est une maladie non transmissible à l'homme.
Lui, il est humain, notre ingratitude n'est pas transmissible à lui. Voilà comment ce monsieur voit l'Afrique, voit les Africains. Nous ne sommes pas des humains à ses yeux. Je pense que s'il n'est pas athée et qu'il prie, à chaque matin qu'il se réveille et qu'il prie, il devrait aussi prier les Africains. Parce que c'est grâce à nos ancêtres qu'il existe aujourd'hui une France. Il devrait nous prier. Il a aussi insulté tous les Africains.
Je crois qu'on a oublié de nous dire merci. C'est pas grave, ça viendra avec le temps.
Il y a une partie qui a retenu mon attention, là où il parlait d'ingratitude.
L'ingratitude, je suis bien placé pour le savoir, c'est une maladie non transmissible à l'homme.
Lui, il est humain, notre ingratitude n'est pas transmissible à lui. Voilà comment ce monsieur voit l'Afrique, voit les Africains. Nous ne sommes pas des humains à ses yeux. Je pense que s'il n'est pas athée et qu'il prie, à chaque matin qu'il se réveille et qu'il prie, il devrait aussi prier les Africains. Parce que c'est grâce à nos ancêtres qu'il existe aujourd'hui une France. Il devrait nous prier. Il a aussi insulté tous les Africains.
Eti se wutie eye ensem we na eye Ibrahim Traore ode reply anase ne response ode ma eye Macron na ni nyina ende se wo hwe caption na na etwetwere egu honom no age translate eba English se de be ya onso obeti ase wo kire se Macron say Africans eye ungrateful adentia e wo se Africans for no ye show appreciation e de kire wo mu because omo boa Africa any ade na eno na Traore enso e kan biribi se Europeans in France fui se omo wo empire bi mpokra bo a omo mo emfa nkire Africa for because Africa na so omo pa acha se a country like France anka sabre no enya Africa kasa country no anka eni honom acha se any response a ode ema wo mu no ano eden ba we say no me boye said ye beya and somewhere ye cano obeti asia pa ye ewo France for almost a ra a play when it comes to allegations are say eba say Traore wan hwe no hu ya enya de so obetena akonwa no so ache obeti asisisie enuti ensem na ye gusu ana ye ka no ade say Americans see abe make this allegation. Na before say America for ebe make that allegation say Traore wafa omino esika ede ebo ne ho bra anaso ode ye ne ho yie na onhwe eye Burkina Faso no. On the 16th of April 2025 ena coup bi ekọ so a anka nkrofo bi ekọ akodi eye Traore ewu because obetena akonwa iso since 2022 no eye ade say what enkrofo attempt no about 20 times coup ni nyina no afeli na eye Burkina Faso omu security minister Mohamed Suna ena betu dwa say on the 16th of April 2025 no anka nkrofo bi omu free Ivory Coast omu ya Burkina for de nanso no omu free Ivory Coast ena omu ni Ivory Coast for emani bi aka bom ena omu befa retired soldier for yi bia omu nso ewo Burkina Faso no ena Burkina Faso citizens no civilians ni bi ena omu ahyehye omu se asofo ene ade ena omu pese anka omu ekodi abrante ewu na sa ensem no ebeto edwa no security minister edema Burkina Faso omu abo Ivory Coast for kwadu se Ivory Coast for ena France foi ena omu so a omu pese omu di sa nyamrasem ene sa no mabone a etete sa editia Burkina Faso for president meka Ibrahim Traore na sa asem ne de Ivory Coast for enhyeda emeyi ano na ombeyi ano amede ho asem ebebrew enti after that coup no and on the 20th of April 2025 America for so estate yes say ade say Se oye America citizen a omo de Burkina Faso ato level 4 enu ti level 4 no mo nhye ne so na level 4 no ni nyina asem ene se so oye country bi na America for e de auto level 4 a e kire se eni kwan se tourist eba no mbesra wo man no because o man no e threat o man no e danger o your friend say terrorist e wo o man nim enu ti sabira me no wo ka say de America for e de Burkina ato level 4 na eno na enkrofo ebusa se level 4 na eye America for e de Burkina for ato no eye se ebia eye coincidence se nka omu de omu beto level 4 pampa ena coup no ebaye anase obi ena hye coup nachi na coup no etumi pascal ye no chese amaso no enunti ena America for e de Burkina for abeto level 4 do po adwen kire e wo hoen na ye ni nkomo e wo conversation no ase na ensamwa eye General Michael Langley woye United States of Africa Command wobeka ye no mame mo ne tofa kakra na afeje mo ni nsem no kra na waati what says when it comes to Africa there any omadi animu da na say imperialism no omu na eteso na country bit say China and Russia enso imitate anase omu replicate nia America for no eye ti asem we yo enu tina mebusa question say Africa ye te ye ho na ya te ye ho ne ya se atena ye ho ya tera ma bia e wose ye tena a yamfu ani antu obi aso anase ye te ye ho ne de ye ho akwa dan China ene Russia said ye binom eye no eye question na eye Langley ensem a worker ene say Russia ene China for enso afa America for akwan a omode je power e di free Africans for no ensem no na amase say enoma akoye complicated pa na eno na ye busa se Burkina Faso wode ne ho akwakodon Russia ene China ene Africa countries omudu omu akwakodon don Russia and China no. The question is the Russia for any ye for ye China for ya omu say yensasi no eno ne kire se omu ne yem betena ye ana se omu ba na ye de ebia a place ama omu se omu mine no omu so ye airport ama ye enu nti no yenya omu saa ema saa de enkoso because omu metu sika kokko no na momu no omu memma ye airport a ebema youth no afiri omanim akwaye enkoa ena airport yi kura nso a omu esi ede ema ye no eyade se omu nya ho mfaso pa because obi free oman Ghana mu anasa African country bi mu akopiem of Russia for benya ska free China for benya ska free but asase na omu etumu agode ne de chese omu tu ano omu asoa na omu de ko omu krom na eno na eye Traore sese no o chese America for de onu omu tonkwanta omu apai Western for eye France for no onu omu etonkwanta omu nso apai eno ena akotreka this particular issue eye Michael Langley ede oyaw ekasa ede kire Senate ebra omu ehyiaye wo de yentie ensem ne kakra na afenu ye wi a ya ba response a eye Traore ede ama America fo no eso na ye wi a Pan African fo no so no omu ensem a omu eka no yakọ eno so eso tie sansem we say na yemra.
The approach that we have had with USAID and the other things like the President's Initiative on AIDS, how does our U.S. approach compare and contrast to the approach of Russia in Africa, and also communist China in Africa.
Oh, Chairman, we've always had the lead. So what you're seeing in those two competitors or challengers, they're following in our wake. They see what works as far as our influence and deepening partnerships through those soft powers, whether it be health diplomacy or whether it be in development type programs. So they're following in our wake, trying to replicate what we do best. And I think the African countries know this, and so this is where, as we start to look at going forward, as State Department starts to reset these programs, looking at what worked and what didn't work, and doubling down on what does work. I think we have enough capital built up in these countries for them to ensure their stabilization and also prosperity. The other two competitors are just trying to replicate what we do best.
I can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that inure to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across. Even in Sudan, what's going on with the rapid support forces and Burhan of the Sudan forces, when you get down to it, is all about the revenue that can be drawn out of that. And there are nefarious actors in the CCP or in sometimes Russia are complicit in those activities.
Okay, well, you can't imagine how frustrating it seems to me that this mineral-rich continent has not been able to move to a utilization of the resources to benefit the people there. After all this time, it's a puzzle that we haven't unwound up. Let me see if I can move to General Cavoli and then.
Eti Chairman Rika, wano ensamua enene one General Michael Langley etumi enkomona ekoso no. Utumi say in a way na ase omu epe Africa ni ye, because according to Chairman Rika no, ono asamu kire say the rich continent. So rich continent. Africa no. No one was say Omo entumi enka womo ho emom emfa the rich minerals ewo on my continent no emu no emwa on mine no eno de no kore pa, because ha adwen nanso no etwa ebesi saa enkrofukuro ya eso eti this particular ensem eba ya, according to Mr. Wicker our chairman Senate no ono edi animu no wono kire se wate se Burkina Faso efo no esu se Traore edi assassin mu agode anasa rich minerals no wode ono ho enko ebra wonwene oman no eho na sasem we say ebaye no ena France afetio meka Macron eho asem no France Burkina Faso emerante a omo ewo France ebi esore yese omo demonstration ma mefa particular no entu screen no kra eni na yeni enkomo emfa emfiri hodom. Yes, this
brother right here is looking more and more handsome by the day. Oh
no, not this one, meba mame empena mefa that particular image no. Yes, medibatu screen no eni ode yedi nkomo ya mame medibatu screen no eni sesia ede amount France for anasa nya France citizens no nemum no Burkina Faso citizens omu ewo France ebi esore ye say this particular post no say wutie emu ensemu ma yenkan mu kakra na afe no tie ensemu what this particular post nim New Africa omu ehonom na source no efiri what say step down now. Burkina Faso citizens in France protest as they demand the removal of Ibrahim Traore. Ti asem we yo ade ano eden. Say Eya Burkina Faso citizens na omu wo France no ebi aka omu ho abomu a omu de omu atwatwa placards so anase omu demonstration na omu de omu eye no Edia edaso no step down now. Na dia omu kani nyina ne say Ibrahim Traore was say omu yi no a free office. Omu yi no a free office. Na tie ensem nai was say a video is circulating on social media showing hundreds of Burkina Faso citizens protesting in France against Burkina Faso's military leader Ibrahim Traore. The demonstration, which took place in Paris, has drawn international attention and sparked heated debate online. In the footage, demonstrators can be seen flooding the streets, many wearing red ribbons and tied around their foreheads, symbolizing resistance. Protesters held placards and chanted slogans accusing Traore of authoritarian leadership, demanding that he step down from power. Anuti way eye poster New Africa ebe postu ye na ensem ni nyina no ene say Burkina Faso adehye bi a womu ewo France akeka omu ho abomu a omu demand say Ibrahim Traore wo ye detector enuti no wo on free akonwa no eso na sasem we na enkrofo ebusa say ko bibini ade da ne ho a wompe ototwena na nani di akire etimu de nia abrante yi momuti asuoja na Musa eye demonstration ede akanta no na hwan na hye nachi ebinum esusu se eye Macron ene empanimfo a omu ewo eye France mamu no womu ene hye saa enkrofo yi achi se omu enye demonstration efa entia eye 37-year-old leader said ye beye na enkrofo bi ebenya ne ho kwan edi ne bone ensam ne ekomu pa odi nya abotere hwe this particular video na ye wi a ye mekasa emfa ho.
Watch this. Follow la vérité.
Eti way any protest na ekoso no. Yes. Eti protest na ekoso no. No. Said ye can emu ensem ede kire wo no. So we shall caption now was some Burkina Faso citizens are protesting against their president, Captain Ibrahim Traore in France, for him to step down from power. I just say any social video ya utimi say yes. Omu ene gina honoma omu kasa no. Omu si omu ni abre e di kojan abobo omu ti a. Omu che say Traore ni a wo ye no eye ade say omu ani enya ho. Ade we de ano eden papa. Now this particular demonstration and protest no eba ye no. And Africans for so and then the African continent ni nyina no, most of them and so at teaching I get demonstration against it. Now in Namkopo ya Adoma next month in the month of May say near ababa betodwa and say African countries no obia ebe stage demonstration pa against American see ene European see ene Ghana for say do omu ho bajim Nigeria for do omu ho bajim Cote d'Ivoire Womua, Cote d'Ivoire, the Abia, French speaking countries, the Abia, Nanyo Munin, but most of the countries are Africa, no, Omo HS, Omudumo, Ebeje, a year demonstration him. And today, no, enya ba abontia me de ho asem, Ebebro. Na, a year demonstration no, eba abontin no. Ena Burkina Faso, a manubi, and so aba abontin, aba bekase. Almost stage demonstration against counter demonstration against Burkina Faso citizens or more France no you know chere say Momo tia soja ena mu demand say Traore free power no so na adia Traore ewo manimu no momma na mo mehwe na mo ni ho adanse a che say ene almost akanta abodompem ene Wagadugu omu kiremu a pani behe Enyagro. And to this time around, no, akwa yet to say, home and away. I just say Burkina Faso for more France, and Burkina Faso for more if you know, Omutam, SCNE, way Emma demonstration so no so amaso. I just need say, in a way no Omo pese Omo a protected a year Ibrahim Traore. Also, I can chere ewo home. And say, fatu comment session no ase na yeni enkomo emfa emfiri ho no. Na say no so pa social media yi so a ene Pan-Africanism foi Pan-African foi no. Omo eche say America fo say ya no mu ye ya omu dikum Kwame Nkrumah. Ya no omu dikum Gaddafi. Ya no omu dikum Sankara ene African fo a ana African leaders a omu de omu si omu bo say ankom be ye oman no eje. Na wo hwe eye Traore so wokọ eye African Union yi timitie ne kasa utimi so blast wo mo papa kire se bi omuti ni fie na mom no sa institution no mpo ana organization no eye Western for ne American for yi dia a kire se utimi so onde wodwa Western ene American for no kra ebinom bo mo nsam eye Traore se de wo ye no wo ya ade pa ebinom so si ontetia break kakra na anye sa wanhwa ade ebefa nase anuti response to Traore edema America eye General Michael Langley ene America fo no eno yenkom na de yenkotie ena biom social media fo a omu eche se Traore omomode anu ontetia break no tie eye response a wode ema womu na yemra bedi enkomo emfa ho.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations. In this world, you voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give in to manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong.
stay focused and stay strong. We and someone a free Ibrahim Traore. A watcher say, I dare say on chen. Na Emma Burkina Faso for Emma and son chen. Na Africans and so any quite say ya boa na yama a year. European sea ene America fui ebefa Africa set tebenwa. Ate say ene someone or de ebetu idwano. Social media users ibinom ede enkomo anase omu akasa ede afa ho se o abranche de owa akuku duru wonso adwenkyere ewo ho ene sei asem a wo kan yi no ugidi se Africa nyina no ye kambom na se ye kase ye ye nuoma yi a ebeye yi anase abranche oni Africans ne be kwa ekoduru baabi a omu ebeyi ne mo drop adwenkyere eto comment section no ase na yeni enkomo emfa enfri ehonom yene gu sa ensem we se eso nia ebefri mu ababia no eyade se yede ho asem ebeba ne abedi enkomo ede afa ho yebesa hia but until then no de Macron